Hello, welcome back. I'm Julie Samako, owner of Southern Charmeries, where we teach you the art of wreath making and faux floristry. In this tutorial, I want to show you how to use artificial flowers to spice up the containers for your kitchen. I purchased this container off of Amazon. You're going to want to make sure you get a container that matches the scale of your kitchen and the scale of your island. I'm laughing because, of course, as soon as we hit record, the dogs find all the squeaky toys. The first thing I always do is, so we've got a container that is very pretty, and it wasn't that much. I'll link them below. But I don't want to put any foam in here. I mean, you can put foam in here. This is a good wide container to put foam in, but sometimes you're just wanting to throw some flowers in there. So what I like to do is just take a wadded up piece of, it could be a trash bag, it can be like grocery bags or whatever, you might have some leftovers. I just throw those in there, and what that does is it just helps me to have a little traction. Okay, today I'm going to start with some hydrangeas. Actually, these are snowball hydrangeas, so I guess they would be called verbena. Is that what they're calling them? They're just calling it a snowball spray. You want to take all of your tags off. The dogs are all playing right here under my feet. Love it. Love it. All right. So now one thing I like to do is I don't want to just take all my flowers and shove them right in. I like to take some time to shape. I noticed this one is missing a little. I must have used this on part of a wreath. Okay. And then this one, just give a little shape. Just like that. And you're going to take all your tags off again, okay? So then I like to try to figure out what shape that I'm looking for. You can put as many or as few flowers in here as you want, all right? So I feel like I want something a little low and something a little high. So I'm going to try this one down here. Now, in order to make this work, you're going to need to either cut or bend. I like to bend, especially when I have a wide mouth container, because it just gives me more flexibility to use these later. All right, so now I'm going to bend these down a little bit, bend it over there. Okay, so we've got this direction. Now I want to do something that's going in this direction. This one is going to be just slightly taller, so I'm thinking right about there. And all I'm doing is I'm holding this down to the island to see about where I want it, and then I kind of know where to bend it. Okay, I'm just going to shove it down in there. Let's see if we can't bend. Okay, so you see how we've got one coming this way, and I almost can drape it a little bit because, you know, nothing is perfect, right? Nothing is straight in nature. Nothing is straight in nature. So just give a little bend. You could do that before you put it in here. All right, so now I've got that. And then we have this piece that's going to go in the center. I think I'm going to go ahead and, do we want to bend it or cut it? Let's cut it. Let's give it a cut since I've already cut two pieces off. Actually, more than two. We're going to go ahead and put that in here. I'm going to do it a little shorter. You can bend this if you want to. I wish I had grabbed one that had more flowers on it. I brought these from the office, from my warehouse, from the wreath. Did I get a little pizza sauce on that? I don't know. All right. I like that. Okay, so from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some greenery, okay? So these are good for filling in. I just grabbed a couple of different pieces. You want to make sure that you don't see the end, so keep bending until you don't see it. All right, this is going to help me to keep my flowers in place. Hold on, let me redo this one. Oh no, I grabbed it. Okay, and then I'm going to get this one that we're going to take, and I think I'm going to divide this a little bit more. Let's see, how much do I want? Let's first start here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. I think I'm going to pull this one off. All right, and give it a little, shape. And I'm going to put this one over on this side. I'm going to intermingle it in between some of that verbena branch or that snowball branches. Okay, so there's that. And it looks good from this end. I'm not sure what it looks like over there. And then I'm going to pull this one over here. Now this one is just going to lay in between some of the flowers. It's not touching the bottom. So really these are really the only things that we cut. So we use 2 greenery pieces and 2 snowball. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on this side. So I'm going to turn it around here, make some of my adjustments on the front. And as you use, as you look at it throughout the time in the kitchen, you're going to feel free to like make changes. I do like to snowballs get heavy and they droop. So I think I'm going to bend some of these just a little bit. If you want to put foam, you definitely can use foam. I mean, I think foam is a lot easier. But as you see in the next example, we're going to use something that is going to be kind of hard to do foam. Don't forget to shape our greenery, give it some flex. I think I'm going to turn this one this way. I'm going to rotate it around so you can see that. I like it. Obviously, if you want to put more, you could do more. But this is what we have. What do you think? I like it. This is a good one. All right, you could put more if you want to. It doesn't matter if you filled the whole thing up. You're just trying to give it some life. And notice how I didn't just shove everything in so it's all shooting out of the top. You want a little bit of shape in order to factor in the scale of the container. So you can see that this vase is a little bit tighter, okay? So you don't have, this is what I'm talking about. It would be kind of harder to put foam down in here to get it to the bottom. You could always use a long skinny foam, but then you'll have a lot of wobbling around. Okay, this is another, again, just using a trash bag. Let me get try to get some of that air out of there. The reason we put the trash bag in is just to give us a little more friction for the flowers. Okay, maybe we start with the greenery. There's one. Here's that little piece that I had. Get the label off. I don't like to see the white. Put that in the middle. And then I want this one, let's get this one to drape over here. Have you ever decorated a Christmas tree and you just place it in there? It's not like really secure or anything. That's kind of what we're doing here. And I'm going to try to get this one a little shorter. All right, let me see what it looks like over on this side. Let's get this one down here. A little shorter. I like that. That's pretty. Let's see if we want to move this up. Do I have another one? All right, I'm going to take some of these little leaves off just to give it a, so it's not so compacted with leaves down here. All right, I kind of like this. You can leave it with just greenery if you want. This one's the one that's throwing me off. All right. Okay, now let's do some roses. Now that's going to dictate a little bit. We're going to have a little bit shorter rose action going on. If I bent these and push them in, it will shove all of those greenery pieces in. All right, so we're just gonna, let's go ahead and do, choose your front. Let's see, I think I'll choose, that looks like a back to me. I'm gonna choose this as my front. So I'm gonna take some roses that I've just cut off a little spray of them. I'm gonna put those down in the center of the front. Like that. Okay. And then I'm really just going to try to follow the shape of the greenery that I already have. I feel like this needs to go low. The roses are heavier than the greenery, so don't want it to pull it too much. All right, so we could see that. I don't want these to go up here. If you wanted to tape it, you know, a grid, you could do that too. I didn't think about that until just the second. Woo. Let's see if I like this. I wonder if it's too far out. It's kind of far. All right, I'm going to go ahead and trim these back. Let's trim right about there. I think what's not jiving with me are these that greenery. That ruscus is a little on the thin side. We'll put this one short back here. And we have these little pieces of ruscus that we cut out. I'm just going to shove them back in around the whatever this is, the front or the back, just so we don't see the hole. I kind of think this is it. Let's make sure we can see our roses. It all depends on where the front or the back is. Okay, I like that as a front idea. Let's do that. All right, so if this is my front, I'm going to make sure I can see more of that rose. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'll put you back in there. There we go. And I think we have this one done. Did I say that was the front or the back? All right, so just rotating it around for you. You see how it's asymmetrical. It's not all one big bunch just shoved in. And there's the whole front and the back, whichever you want it to be. I think this is my front right here because I see more of the pretty flowers. All right, so there is option number 2. There you have it, really pretty arrangements for your island using artificial flowers and containers I found off of Amazon. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to give us a follow and a subscribe and comment below and let me know what you're going to put in your containers for your kitchen.